HARTH stands for Healing and Recovery Through Horses. We know the value of horses and the role that they can play in healing, whether it's from a disability or from a mental health and wellness perspective. We have veteran programs that focus on horsemanship skills and learning how to use the horse to help you learn tools that you can take away and better handle everyday life.
As a scout sniper in Afghanistan, we did a lot of nighttime operations, getting dropped off in the middle of the mountains. Given the intensity of what I was able to do in Iraq and Afghanistan, stepping that back down to civilian life was a bit more of a challenge than I thought. I was drinking a lot. I didn't know how to describe what I was feeling. I couldn't really put all the right words to it. So a big attraction for me coming to Texas was working with horses. They're intelligent, but they're also really feeling creatures. If you're feeling stressed out, if you're feeling angry, they read emotions very strongly, and it's a very, very effective mirror for yourself. So most of it for me has been learning how to really relax.
I wanted to come to a place where I could connect with a horse and some good people, and as a military spouse, I'm interested in helping veterans. I ended up staying because everyone that's here is like my family. It's a place where I can get away and not feel stressed. I have a lot of anxiety and suffer with depression, especially with my husband gone. It's really helpful for me to get out and talk to people and interact with the kids that are in lessons, and then have my time with my horse because he understands me like nobody else does. If I'm in a bad mood, he knows, and he'll test me. He will give me a hard time. Or if I'm sad, he will be really funny or affectionate or whatever. He always kind of feeds off everything that I think, even if I don't know I'm thinking it. He really helps me feel better. I don't know how to explain that, but you can just tell that he really knows what I'm thinking.
I was an aviator, so I actually flew A-7s, and then from there I was selected for test pilot on the F-18 and the Harrier programs. TBI is something that I suffered early on I was in a severe crush accident in training. From that point on, I suffered severe migraines for the next 45 years. From the PTSD standpoint, I actually came to HARTH on my own initiative. I've been a volunteer helping other veterans and realized that I had my own issues. What people don't realize, even more than dogs, horses have 32 emotional states. They more closely mirror humans than any other animal. So when you work with a horse, they can sense what you're feeling. And if you want to work with them successfully, you've got to calm yourself down or they get excited. What I found that HARTH allowed me to do was to calm down and reduce my overall anxiety or anxiousness, anger levels. It's amazing, and it's far better than anything else that I can do.
When veterans first come, you can tell by their body language that they have some anxiety. Their shoulders tend to be hunched up. Once they can go through the class and learn to control their breathing, then that makes everything relaxed. As horses are very attuned to how we breathe, it really makes a difference too, in that you can ask this very large animal to do something for you, and then if you ask him correctly, he'll respond correctly. And that makes a big difference in forming a partnership with another living creature.
And we also have several programs for the family as well. So we have therapeutic riding for special needs, and special needs can be a variety of things. It can be folks that are struggling with things like autism and ADHD, but it can also be anxiety and stress and those kinds of things, which often is occurring in households where one of the parents is under any kind of stress.
It's always been a passion of mine to work with horses and children, and so we came out, brought the kids out to tour the facility. We walked in, fell in love immediately. The staff was open, welcome. Our kids range from having ADHD, autism, behavioral issues, speech, language issues, and anxiety. And we found out that they could accommodate all those here under one roof, and it's all working with the horses. So I decided to become a volunteer myself, and then to see our kids turn for the better, behavior under control, less anxiety, ADHD managed without having to be on medication when they come out here. It's been amazing, absolutely amazing for our family.
Started out with taking the kids to the lessons, just the therapy lessons, and then I eventually moved on to doing the barn work. And once I got into the class, I started learning a lot more how they think and how they react to certain things. You have a horse that they give you, and you learn to trust the horse, and the horse will eventually trust you. And it teaches you to open up, and you put in your heart, and you get back the horse's trust.
Coming out here and watching him work with the horses, he learned where he carries most of his tension. Well, once he relaxed, the horse relaxed. It was almost like he had a sense of freedom when he was out here with the horse. And I think that would benefit any veteran, no matter what stage they are, is just to have that sense of freedom, that sense of trust in someone that they can have a special connection with.
HARTH has a variety of ways that you can participate. You can participate in some of our programs, for example, in the horsemanship class and therapeutic riding. You can volunteer. We're always in need of volunteers. And you can donate. We believe that HARTH heals, and we feel very passionate about our mission.